And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News, guys. Rangers have secured top 8 in the Europa League after a win against Union Saint-Gilloise in the Europa League match day 8. Absolutely buzzing, guys. We're going to talk about the game, what it means for us, of course, and reflect on this Europa League campaign. Guys, as always, do get involved in the live chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be taking comments up on the screen a little bit later on. But look, let's start with this one. Rangers through to the Europa League last 16. Absolutely buzzing with that. And to be fair, we needed a lot to work out for us. Not only did we need to win today's game, or tonight's game should I say, we also needed a lot of other results to go our way. I think we started match day 8 in around 11th place. Obviously, there was not too much between Rangers and Union Saint-Gilloise. However, again, a win wasn't even going to guarantee us to get a place into the top 8 of the Europa League. But if it wasn't for other results in and around us, and towards the end of the game, of course, it was that game in the south of France between Bodo Glimt and Nice. And thankfully, that game ended 1-1 and seen us see out our match and then, of course, get into the Europa League top 8. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. And I think actually, as far as Europa League ties go, especially if you're looking at that league phase that is the Europa League, I would find it very, very hard to find another team that's had a harder route to, harder league phase than us. Our Europa League phase was far harder than Celtic's Champions League phase. And again, that's not we're trying to wind up Celtic fans, and I think a lot of them with a brain would probably suggest that actually, yes, I'm right. Our Europa League phase was really, really tough. And to be fair, when I seen it, I was like, you know what? I'd be happy if Rangers just get into the knockout playoff round. Just get through and not get eliminated, especially the form that we've had domestically so far this season. I was just going to be happy. Look, let's get this through. Let's just get the points, and then let's just get into the competition and see who we get in the playoff rounds. But to see us after these 8 games, and go through to the round of 16 is absolutely amazing. Genuinely, again, there's been a lot of doom and gloom around Rangers so far this season, and rightfully so. In the league, we've been absolutely howling. We have been absolutely howling in the league for majority of the campaign. But what I would say about us in the Europa League, not just this season, but time and time again, we always show up for this competition. Why can't every day be a Thursday night? I absolutely love this competition, and it's something that means a lot to me, and I think a lot of Rangers fans. Now that the league is over, why not? Let's give it a go. Let's go give it a go. Why not? Let's try and go as far as we possibly can. It makes things a lot more easier now that we're straight into the last 16. Now, I don't want to get too carried away, but it's 3 rounds until a final. You know, Rangers in the Europa League with nothing else to play for domestically apart from the Scottish Cup. Why not? Let us dream. Why not? You know, we've shown that we can go toe to toe, and this is with depleted team. By the way, we've got a really depleted team at this moment in time. With regards to personnel, I mean, you can just see it there, just players dropping like flies at this moment in time for Rangers, and it's problematic, it is worrying, but what this now does for us is buys us, I think it's 2 weeks till the knockout playoff rounds, or the playoff rounds for the knockout rounds, or whatever it's called, and then we've got another 2 weeks until then, so we've got a month realistically until this competition resumes again. That should be enough time to get our players back again and just make sure that we're in full focus, ready to go for the remainder of this competition. But guys, you can't take the smile away from my face. Absolutely buzzing that we've got to the top 8, and yeah, credit to Philippe Clement, credit to the Rangers boys out there as well. So yeah, buzzing. On the game itself, I'm not going to stick onto it too much. I thought we were pretty comfortable, especially in the first maybe 60-70 minutes. Again, it just felt like a night that luck was on our side. I think they had a goal disallowed, one of their ones marginally, and then of course, to be fair, we had one cancelled out with Cyril Dessers. But again, we was pretty comfortable in terms of that first 60 minutes. I think it started to get a little bit nervy towards the end. Of course, they got the equaliser, then going into the last bit, into stoppage time, it got a little bit nervy. And then, of course, but I don't necessarily think they had that much quality to really affect us. Maybe if their finishing was better on the day, yes, they could have had a couple of goals. And defensively, it's something. I mean, I'm not going to bore you. You guys already know that defensively, we're all over the place. That's mainly due to injuries as well. But But defensively, we are all over the place. But that's something to reflect on tomorrow, and hopefully come on. And of course, when players come back into the fold, we can start to see a better defensive structure. But yeah, far too easy. But that Union Saint-Gilloise is getting into areas and causing problems for our defence. But as stated, nothing really to play for. League, as I said, I don't like to be a defeatist, but guys, but the league is done. So Europa League and the Scottish Cup, why not go for a Europa League run? Let's put all our eggs in one basket. Let's go for it. Why not? Let's see what's what. In terms of other aspects of the game, I thought Cyril Dessus had a good game, despite a lot of criticism that he gets, and I've been one to give him a lot of criticism. Last two games, really good finishes. Dundee United, and of course against Manchester United, fantastic. Unfortunate not to get the equaliser. Again, another goal tonight. And to be fair, did he get zoning out? I don't think so. I think he had his goal disallowed, didn't he? 2 seconds. It was, Cherny and Raskan. Yeah, he got his goal disallowed. But I thought his hold-up play was pretty good. And genuinely, I thought he had a pretty good game, to be fair, with Cyril Dessus. And fair play to him. But yeah, we did a good job. And defensively a bit all over the place. But who cares? We're through now. And we've got a month now to prepare ourselves for the last 16 of this competition. People are talking about Hamza. Again, I don't think he's been on his game for the last few matches. I don't think he was at all good again tonight. And again, wrong decision-making in other areas of the pitch, just lazy. I think Ali McCoy's also dubbed him at times in terms of his passes. Completely agree with that. And then, of course, I just think, maybe this transfer talk. But he's still got a long way to go. He's got a lot of talent. He's raw, but Glasgow Rangers is the place where he needs to be developing. Glasgow Rangers is the place that he's going to be given game time, and he needs to really concentrate on playing good for this football club. And if you play good for this football club, you get the prizes. You also get the adulation from the fans, and then eventually you will get that move. But the last couple of games for Hamza, I've been a bit iffy with him. But tonight, not very good in my personal opinion. But on the other hand, I thought Cyril Dessus was pretty good as well. So Diamande, fantastic as well. Good to have him in there. And it was good to see John Souttar back on the pitch. I think he played well when he came on in terms of made us better defensively, made some good challenges. And it's just about keeping him fit now. Missed the last 12 games. So hopefully them injuries are behind him. How many times have I said that with Souttar? But he did go on a decent run without injuries for a while. So we need him. We need him, especially if we want to go far in this competition. Especially if we want to do more. So guys, for those of you that don't know what top 8 means for us, I'm not going to tell you how to suck eggs. I know most of you will. But for those of you that don't know, guys, the top 8 goes straight into the last 16. The other side, from 9th all the way down to 24th will go into a playoff round. So we're going to be playing an extra 2 matches to decide who they're against. I think we're then seeded in that last 16 match as well, and we'll avoid ties against the likes of Lazio, Atletico Bilbao, Manchester United, Tottenham, Frankfurt, Lyon, Olympiacos. So we'll miss out on some of those. And then looking at the other ties, and even when they come through, I think Rangers can take anyone on their day in the Europa League. So happy. I'm happy. Again, this is the first time probably, apart from the Old Firm victory and a couple of these Europa League victories, that we've seen a smile properly pucker on my face. But buzzing. I really am buzzing. And it's been a decent Europa League campaign. And to be fair, it's been a terrific Europa League campaign. Yes, we've had 2 really big teams from the Premier League. Again, it's not every day you have to take on Spurs and Manchester United. We're unfortunate not to get a point against Manchester United. We did great against Tottenham. Again, I'm looking at the top 8 now, and all of the sides pretty much we played. So we played Man U, we played Tottenham, we played Lyon, we played Olympiacos. And if you're just looking at the top end of the table there as well, you've got FCSB that we played. There was a lot of 5 of what the top 11, 4 of those being in the top 8 we played. So I think a fantastic Europa League campaign overall, and I'm pretty happy. Guys, going to jump into the live chat, take some of your guys' comments, and let's get into it. But do let me know how you're feeling about tonight's result. Let's have a little look. I'm going to bring the comments up on the screen. MBGA Maga says, brilliant, Dan, good to see. John Scott says, get in. Oh, here we go. Let's get that back up. There we go. John Scott says, get in Rangers. Big Dessus was great tonight, actually. Credit where it's due. We did it absolutely. Yes, we always do it hard. I mean, watching Rangers is never an easy sight. Of course, whilst things were going our way in terms of the results in the other stadiums, it almost felt that we were probably going to give it up ourselves, and that would be typical Rangers fashion in terms of letting a goal in stoppage time, and then effing up our own chances from progressing to the last 16. So. Yeah, did it the hard way. It was a bit nervy towards the end, but it wouldn't be Rangers if it wasn't nervy in the end. Dell says Hamza didn't look quite on it tonight, so you think the transfer rumours have got into his head a little bit? Yeah, I agree. I don't think he was good at all tonight. Hamza, again, yeah, there's been a few games. I think he's still so raw, and yeah, a player that certainly shouldn't let rumours be getting into his head. He's got a long way to go in terms of where he gets to the ability of where he's destined to be, in my personal opinion. But certainly, he's got to be at Rangers for the next 2 years before he really achieves greatness. Calvin Reeves makes a good point. Tav did well tonight overall. Again, playing at centre-back. Tav comes under a lot of scrutiny in terms of defensively, but steps up every single time. And that's when I always say that I like Tavernier as a captain, because he leads by example. He leads what he does on the pitch, and he never shies away from it. And Tavernier playing centre-back and sort of nullifying his strengths, I suppose, going forward, creating chances for us. He's a modern day attacking fullback. He's a player that likes to go forward, and nullified his threat to muck in and help for the team, play at centre back. And I thought he did very, very well for a right back as well. And defensively, despite the criticisms he comes under, defensively I thought he was pretty solid tonight. But defensively overall, there's a lot of work to be done. However, of course, you can let some of the guys off due to the amount of injuries that are currently stacking up. McGwartsum says, how much money do we get from progressing? Again, I can't get an official figure on that. I'll probably do a follow-up in tomorrow's video, but I think we get a good couple of quid for it, a good few million anyway. So more to the point is that we navigate that tricky. I think Rangers are destined for these stages. This knockout round could always prove a little bit difficult. Mid-February against a side that, you don't know who you were going to get. It could always just pose a tricky tie. So it's just nice to be in there, seeded in that last 16 spot and park it away and just let our players come back. Let some players rest up and just see how we get on and see where we are come the top 8, the last 16. I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't believe it. Let's have a little look here again, guys. Gav says, someone says sorry for caps. Your caps did help you out, to be fair, to get you picked. Dessers must stay. Tav's defending was exceptional. Egerman, Dessers was great. And more game time together, we'll see a good partnership. Now, look, on the overall with Rangers at this moment in time, again, I've been very vocal with this team. At times, I don't know whether we're coming or we're going. And to be fair, we've been dealt a bad hand with the injuries recently, and that doesn't really help. But look, there's going to be nothing from positivity from me, and I'm always going to back a Rangers team. I'm always going to back the Rangers manager, no matter what. I just want to see a little bit more from us domestically, especially away from home. But hopefully that's going to come in time, and hopefully we're starting to go on a bit more of a journey. But this certainly does help morale. It certainly does get credit in the bank. It certainly does help out with the supporters to getting on board with the project, doing things like that. And certainly financially, when we need a bit of finances as well, it certainly helps out with that. So I'm all for it. I'm happy. And you're not going to hear a negative word come out my mouth tonight. I'll let the boys have it, of course, from the game. You can pick parts about, but we'll just put it down to injuries and we'll see what happens a little bit later on. Let's have a little look. Boo Radley says, prestige is a bonus. We are a late round Euro club now. Attracts players. Absolutely. Look, I don't like to get ahead of myself in terms of what the Europa League is all about, but the time we went to the final that time, no one expected us to do so. We were pretty poor domestically that year. I think we shipped loads of points domestically. We were dropping points every single week at one point, and we were poor domestically, but we lit up in the Europa League, and we really shown what we were all about in the Europa League, performing ever so well, and we got all the way to the final. And I believe that due to the way the old setup was when you had the Champions League teams parachuting in, it made the Europa League a lot more harder. Whereas this now, it's set. These are the teams that are in the Europa League phase are the teams that are going to be in it now until the end of the competition. So You're looking at the top 8 that you would say on paper are probably the favourites to go on and win it. You know, in a 2-game match, do you back Rangers to go and beat Lazio with Ibrox being one of the thing? I would. I could certainly see no reason why we couldn't beat Lazio. Atletico Bilbao, I don't see any reason. Manchester United, again, yes, it was pretty tight in the game against Old Trafford, away from home. We were unfortunate not to get a point, but we also had so many injuries. I would see us doing a job against Manchester United over 2 legs. Spurs, the same. Bearing in mind, these teams have to come to Ibrox. Frankfurt, old foes, yes. Look, we played them in the final. It was a pretty close game before. Lyon, yes, we've lost so far this season. Again, team. Olympiacos, a side that won the Europa Conference League last year, but we beat. No, did we beat them or did we draw against them? I can't remember. Either way, we didn't lose to them. And then you're looking at all the other sides and you think, why couldn't Rangers not go and beat them? So on your nights again, on 2 legs, I don't like to get ahead of myself, certainly not. But again, we've probably come through the hardest league phase out of the Europa League so far this season, and we've done a really good job. So why not? Why not? We've got nothing else to play for. Let's just go for it. Put all our eggs in one basket. Bash. Boom. And I could do with a big trip away this in May again. Throwback to Seville. Again, I'm not going to get carried away, guys. It's a long, long way to go. But certainly, why not? Have a bit of self-belief and we'll see where we go. Gav says, defending is our weak point. Scoring since Danilo, Dessers and Egerman have found form, have seen us do well. Again, going forward, we look good. And to be fair, I'll say things about Czerny. I would like to see Rangers sign Czerny permanently. I like Czerny. I like what he's all about as well. So, attacking-wise, I don't see as a problem. I start to see what we're starting to do, which is good. But yes, defensively, and you can put it down to injuries. Yes, that's a problem. Injuries is probably something that well, defensively, was something we certainly need to work on. Yes, we brought this signing in January. Hopefully he'll get ready and up to scratch by the make an impact by the knockout rounds. But we'll see what happens. But there's still a couple of days to go into the market, and maybe we might make some acquisitions. We've seen Rabbi Matondo, of course, go today. Out on loan, I believe, to Hanover. So we're clearing a lot of players on high wages off the wage bill. And I would like to see us maybe start the cycle again. Get another player like a Yefti or an Egerman or, someone else. I thought the recruitment all in all, despite a bit of a turbulent season so far, has been pretty good. And I can get behind some of the players that we brought in so far. I like the looks of Czerny. I like the looks of Egerman, despite a poor performance tonight. I like the looks of Yefti. I like these kind of raw talents that have a high trajectory and could be sold for a decent amount going forward. But we need to continue that and maybe bring in a couple more signings to bed in as well. Let's have a little look here again. George says, Rangers were really poor the time we played Lyon. Think we were a stronger team now. Again, we're starting to get better. You're absolutely correct. And again, I remember the last time we went to the Europa League. I mean, if you're going on a run, it's about luck as well on who you get in the draw and all these kind of things. But we take one step at a time. And one thing's certain is that we're in the last 16. So we'll take whatever comes our way and we're going to be seeded. So, I mean, looking at the teams that are finished from 9th till 24th, and half of them are going to be getting knocked out, by the way. You look at it, right? Listen to me, of course, right? Bodo Glimt, Anderlecht, FCSB, Ajax, Real Sociedad, Galatasaray, Roma, Victoria Pleasant, Ferencváros, FC Porto, AZ Alkmaar, Midtjylland, Union Saint-Gilloise, PAOK, FC Twente, Fenerbahce. So half of those are going to be going naturally due to the playoff round, but none of those teams scare me. Where it's like, oh, Rangers ain't going to beat them across 2 legs. None of them. You may be looking at Ajax or Galatasaray because of the talent that they've got, but Ajax are more of a shell these days. They're not the same Ajax that we played 2-3 years ago. But you're looking at some of those sides there and you're going, why not? Why can't we go through? Why not? And then that into the quarterfinal. But again, I'm not going to get carried away. We'll take it as time goes on. Let's see some more, guys. Rangers72 just simply says, get some players in now. Again, I would be getting the checkbook out. If you really want to make some moolah, and we've guaranteed ourselves a little bit of moolah here, and we're clearing the things, why not buy some players? Because we're going to have to buy some players in the summer. If there's any targets all ready to go, we've got a bit of cash now. Whilst it's not on the account just yet, we still get a bit of prize money that we can see, and why not go for it? Try and get to the quarters, semis. If they want money, if they want cash incentives, the board and the club, we should go for it and back ourselves in the Europa League as well. Gav says, I know Cherney could be heavy expensive. I just hope there's some sort of solution to get to him. I have no idea what that could be, but I'd love him to say somehow. Again, I absolutely agree with you. I think he's been good. I think he went through one patch where he wasn't that great, and a lot of fans were saying that it was crap, and that coincided us just being poor in general. But I do think Cherney there's a place for Cherney in this team, and I think he's been proving it week in and week out. And he's been fairly consistent. Again tonight, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Got his goal as well. So yeah, I like the looks of Cherney, and if we can get him on a permanent deal, but has to fit our financial system or structure, then absolutely I'd be all for that one. But guys, I'm not going to keep you too long. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do let me know your thoughts on the game. It's been a long live stream. Down there in the comment section below. And how far do you think we can get in this Europa League? Competition? How far do you think we can go? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe